Good evening, PirateCast Army. We are finally live. Apologies for the delay. We've had, I think, two major technical crises, whatever, that happened right before the show. My internet completely went. Thanks, EE. I am paying you. What am I paying you for? And then we got Middlo on, and we couldn't hear a word he was saying. So we are now kind of doing a bit of a hybrid thing. Middlo's joining us in just a few minutes via his...
With a lot of thanks to Ben Cook.
Yes, I mean, we should do an uncut version of this show and show all the pre-production stuff. It would be hilarious.
Yeah. It was extensive track work was needed. We've managed to remedy it. We've worked hard. We want to impress the council representatives in the chat room. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I've even got my little sign here as well, so we're good. Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in. As we said, thank you very much for being patient. We are PirateCast, the unofficial 100% Pool Pirates talk show. I've completely forgotten how I'm supposed to introduce these things now because we're pretty stressed. Ben is drinking Prosecco because it's your anniversary.
Cheers, everybody. It is my 21st wedding anniversary to the wonderful Mandy today. In case you guys didn't hear about it last night, you're probably going to hear about it a lot tonight, and it's already in the chat room. So thank you, everyone, for your wishes so far. Cheers, everybody. We're having a good one. Mandy is currently sipping on Prosecco. She was saying in another room. She's actually in the bath. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Get some time away from you and gets alcohol.
Exactly.
It doesn't get any better on an anniversary.
She's out the way of this as well, so it's all good. I love you, baby.
Right. Let's run through some of the people that we've got in the chat room already. We've got Hazel Margets, best wishes, Neil, from all the Margets family. Cole West is in there. Nigel's in there. Darren Bacon. Mandy's in there. Clive Tyres, Chris Boogler. Who else have we got? Alicia Bowers is in there. Betty Lou is in there as well as being on my sofa. Danny Chilcott there. Darren Baker. Andy. Pink Turk. Who else have we got? So many people in there. Scott Symes, if you're listening to this and you're not commenting, please get in there and let us know that you are watching. Darren Baker, let's have a look. Who else have we got? Yeah, so that's a lot of the crew. Say hi if you want to in the chat room. Damaged Pain is in there. Darren Brockhurst as well, just saying hi. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're watching this now, you're watching us live on YouTube or maybe on the replay on YouTube. You can get to that via www.piratecast.live. Direct through YouTube is youtube.com/PirateCast Live. Facebook, we're facebook.com/The PirateCast. And on Twitter, the thing that Ben manhandles on a weekly basis, I don't know where that was going, at PirateCast. And if you want to pick up some PirateCast merch, you can do over at shop.piratecast.live. Shop.piratecast.live even. Wow, I'm so thrown. I hate this stuff.
I'm not.
Yeah. You're not tipsy.
I'm not a lightweight like Carl. No.
Keep drinking. Keep drinking.
Yeah. It's going to keep going. Absolutely. And I know our guest has definitely got one on the go, if not on his second already.
Sounds like fun. Jenny Elliott just showing the chat room as well. Good evening. So we've got a great show coming up for you. Of course, in just under a couple of weeks, we've got the testimonial for the man, the myth, the legend, Neil Middleditch. He's going to be joining us very shortly to talk about the big testimonial meeting. We're going to be touching on the Riders' Championship as well, which is coming up this coming Wednesday. Paul, what's going on there? We're going to be, of course, pirate joke. I mean, Nige said last night on Centre Green when we did our sort of impromptu interview that I had to keep the pirate joke, and I don't want to upset Nige.
You shouldn't bow to peer pressure, Lee. That's all I've got to say.
I will bow to anything that anyone wants me to bow to.
Yeah.
So, peer pressure, if that's what you want me to bow to, then that's what I'll do. And some big stuff coming up from Middlo. We'll be talking about last night. I mean, last night, I think the meeting only finished about 20 minutes ago, to be honest. But
feels like it.
Who would have thought, and I'll be asking this to Middlo in a bit actually, last night we were certain about half an hour before we started this meeting was not going ahead. It was like an ice rink, it was underwater, and then the track needed water a few heats before the end. It was dusty. What the hell was that about? Anyway,
crazy.
So shall we bring on Neil now? He's waiting very patiently. We'll get him on board, and we'll ask him some questions. You guys in the chat room there, if you want to start thinking up some questions for Neil, anything you want him to answer, anything about his testimonial, we'll be talking about that in depth. And you can fire your questions to Neil. So here we go. Let's bring him on the stream.
Nice one.
I love it.
Good
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely, as always. Is your technician still there? Is he under the table?
No, Benny's eating his dinner.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cheers, JD, still JD.
Cheers, Middlo.
Cheers, boys. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Ben.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Much appreciated.
There we are, Neil. Once again, thanks for joining us. We had a few technical mishaps before the show started, but we got there in the end. Especially before we move on to your testimonial, which is what we're primarily here to talk about. Last night, I mean, who'd have thought? A huge night for Poole Speedway. The council were there, biggest crowd in such a long time because of the special admission and all of the extra bits and pieces that Danny and Matt had organised. It really felt like a special occasion. And at one point, we didn't think this thing was going to go ahead. We were sat there in the grandstand. It was literally underwater. As I was saying, by the time we got to the end of the meeting, I think that the track needed some water in places, which is absolutely crazy. How was it for you? It must have been a bit of a stressful situation.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I mean, I walked out onto the track and I sort of stood there, and it looked like baby poo, and I went, this is really not going to happen if we get any more rain. And all of a sudden, it started to rain again. But I had my brolly or Kelvin Tatum dirtometer, but mine was a brolyometer. Dug down, and there was a bit of dry material underneath. And be fair to all the boys, I mean, they Charles Wright's red car was brilliant. He said, no, if you can do something, we'll run. But so the track staff, as everybody saw, did a brilliant job. Everybody, the fans were so patient. It was a long night, but the racing early doors obviously was a bit sketchy. But I thought there was some good stuff last night. And I know that Matt, he stayed with me last night he was absolutely buzzing because obviously it was a massive thing. For Poole Speedway last night, you had all the head honchos from the Poole Council trying to impress them, and from what I can gather, they were very impressed. So that's great.
Fantastic. And again, what a night. It's for those people who hadn't been to Speedway before, and from what we can gather, there are a few people going there for the first time. Looked to be a good meeting for them to experience for the first time. And the extra entertainment, it kind of worked in our favor with the riders being able to take a little bit more time at the beginning of the meeting to meet some of the fans, to get things signed, and all that sort of stuff. So that was really good for people to be able to touch base with the riders and feel a bit closer to the action. And again, I think all three of us here can say, thank you so much to the track staff for performing, what was a minor miracle. I think not to understate it, really. I mean, it was a complete mess of a track when we got there, and fantastic when we were racing on it was perfect. They
did a great job. Everybody did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And again, pulled out the victory, which is the most important thing. And the other thing to come out of last night is obviously obviously Steve had a bit of a tumble, gave a bit of a whack to his shoulder there. Any updates on Steve today?
Yeah, no, he's fine. We've got a little WhatsApp group, the boys and everybody, and he feels a bit secondhand. He said he feels like he's been run over, and I said, well, that's funny because you actually were run over. But no, he feels a bit secondhand. So hopefully he's got the weekend. I don't think he's out again until Monday, so hopefully he'll be okay for that.
Good stuff. Again, all those guys, giving it a go, and we don't want to understate it again. Putting their lives on the line for our entertainment, especially when the track's a bit dodgy. You hope that they're going to keep safe, and you don't want to see stuff like that. So hopefully pick himself up and dust himself off.
I can only echo what Middle said as well. The attitude of the Pirates and the red car riders last night was superb. I've seen meetings previous to that where the track hasn't been as bad as that, and the riders have just got not a chance, but they were all like, look, give it a go.
No, Ben, they were brilliant, mate. They were absolutely brilliant. And
they were.
They'd come a long way. They come to Plymouth, rained off, obviously, but at the end of the day, I said to my boys, look, if you tell me it's not safe, we're not racing. And then Danny went round, and we all talked. All the boys talked, and we talked, and they went, no, we get this going. We'll get this going, and they did. And I think, as you say, I met a lot of people last night, and seen on the social today, people who'd never been to Poole Speedway and absolutely loved the night. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, and like you say, they were going for it towards the end of that meeting as well. Righty wasn't shy going forward, and our boys looked hungry for it as well. I spoke to Danny after the meeting and said to him, he said that was tough, and I said you didn't make it look it. The boys were on it; they were at the tapes, and that's what was needed last night.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like with tracks like that, and I said, the harder you ride a track like that on a bike, the better you get, because if you sort of go in the corners and you baby it a little bit on the throttle, the bike won't turn. So you need to get a speedway bike. You need to get the back wheel spinning to get the turn, and if you get it on, you keep on. It's like if you're driving a car and it starts to slide, the minute you get off the gas, you go straight. Same as speedway. So you've got to keep on the gas, and that's what the boys did last night. So it was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Crowd, and like you say, crowd were great. I was gobsmacked how many didn't. It didn't look like hardly anybody went because of the delay. They all sort of stayed patiently, and the atmosphere was fantastic. Being on 7 Green last night, you could feel.
I always watch Speedway as an outsider. I like to think what new people coming into the sport think of our sport. And I think, apart from the delays last night, you kind of think, that we did a great job. And I think the boys put on a great show. Yeah. The atmosphere was brilliant. I think everything about it was great.
Yeah. It was a cracking meeting to be a part of. I have to say, it was just top notch. I'm pleased for the boys as well.
Excellent, great stuff there. So that's our last home league match, and onwards to the playoffs. Let's move on to. We're going to be talking a little bit later on today about the the Riders' Championship this coming Wednesday, but we're going to fast forward to the Wednesday following that, Wednesday the 31st of August. Neil, I'm sure you're looking forward to it. It's a big night for you. And we want to talk a little bit about your testimonial meeting here, and we've seen some big names announced, and people who are synonymous with the club, people like Chris and Jack Holder, Jason Doyle, obviously, Danny Stephen and Richard, obviously from the current team, Chris Harris, Brady Kurtz, Adam Ellis, Hans Anderson. Some of these guys, especially. You do get a little bit spoiled sometimes, especially when we're in the upper league, seeing these guys each and every week. But now we don't necessarily see some of these guys that regularly. It feels like a real, top caliber event, and one not to be missed. In addition to the people that I've said there, have we got any other surprises or anyone that you're talking to come on in?
I mean, Adam Ellis, sadly, I mean, he's broken his shoulder, so I've got Scott Nichols is stepping into his shoes, and Scott, to be fair, was one of my first choices, because we go back to when I first started managing for the Pirates, and unfortunately he had a meeting on that particular day, but that meeting's been cancelled now. So I phoned him, I spoke to Adam, and he said no, he can't make it, which I fully understand. Spoke to Scott, he said Middlo, I'm in. So Scotty's going to be joining us, which I'm so pleased about. And also there'll be a few old faces, not racing, but they'll be coming to the track and coming to the meeting. So they'll look out for that. We'll have some autocross sessions. So it'll be a good night.
So it'll be a good mixture of some of the people who the older generation, wanted to say that nicely, but the people who've been coming to Speedway for a long time, people from then to see people who sort of 10-15 years ago who remember sort of like the Chris Holder era and that kind of thing, and the people who only know the current Pirates, like Danny, Steve, Richard, people like that. So it'll be a fantastic event. Now I think we've seen that it's going to be sort of two teams against each other. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, that's right. What we've done is we've got County Crest Palace, Andy and Karen, who've been sponsored for many, many years, and Andy Tomlin, a great sponsor, a friend of the club, from Meridian Lifts, and he's got a team in memory of his wife Jo, who sadly passed away a little while ago. So being a team manager, I thought a team thing would be kind of nice. So I think we're going to do it with a team meeting, and then we're going to have a top scorers race as well at the end.
Oh, good.
Amazing. That will be good. What are you looking forward to about it, Neil? I mean, we're all excited about the caliber of riders that we've got and all the people. What are you looking forward to about the night?
I'm just looking forward. The thing is, it's 1984. It was a long time ago now in a lot of people's memories, but it was a night when I was so proud to be awarded a testimonial. And I did 10 years at the club, and sadly, as people have found out now, I lost all my money from when the club went broke. So it's not all just about the money. So I want everybody to enjoy. That's why I've done the raffles for the Bjarne's suit and the body colour. I want the fans to be part of it and enjoy the night. Hang on, my wife's got a message here. Give me that. Let's say. Turn computer screen off, lift phone higher. Okay, she's saying turn computer screen off. This is from Brady and Zach and Ben in the kitchen. Hang on. Can you bring me the Jack Daniels, please, darling, and the can of Coke as well? Hang on. How's that? Hang on, turn the computer screen. I don't know how to do that shit. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Can you see me okay? Do I look gorgeous?
Yeah, we can see you okay. I think she's probably referring to the reflection in the glasses. That's
the
what
glasses,
it's.
I have the same issue.
But it's all good. There we are. Can you see us now?
Where are you?
Oh, Jesus.
Where are you? Where are you?
You don't want to see us. It's fine. You're probably better off.
We're going to end up with interpretive dance
If
again,
I
like
look
we
down
thought
like
we...
Yeah. Brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll do that.
We nearly ended up with interpretive dance of his testimonial like we thought we were going to have to do. So
I could hear BK screaming in the kitchen because I got his hat on.
And he's definitely
Nice.
riding, because obviously I did see that you hadn't asked him before you announced it.
Yeah, no, he's definitely riding, or he's got nowhere to live.
Always a
Amazing.
good threat. Brilliant.
Let's move on to some of the questions that the chat room's got, and there are a few being fired off already. And one of them,
I like the one a minute ago. Hans and Scotty. Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, that's my wife, believe it or not. Two of her favourite riders of all time. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Middlo.
Is she in the bath watching this?
Yeah.
and moving swiftly on.
With Prosecco as well. You might need one of your old trophy. Oh no, I'm not going there. No.
No, don't go there.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, Speedway. So the sound of Paul Speedway. Oh, there you go. Diet Coke as well. Very good.
It's good that. How can I get that?
She's in the bath. No one's going to get you a drink. Right, Carl. He says, is Middlo going to do a lap? Now, it's one of the things that kind of gets thrown about a little bit at testimonial meetings. If someone is going to do a lap, that comes straight from Carl. What's your thoughts on that, Middlo?
No. Simple and fun. I mean, I'll do a lap on a bike possibly if there's one there, and I like to do it with some of the old boys who are coming down. But certainly not riding under speed. The last time I was on the track was with my dad at Havy's farewell, which was a great memory, which I got a great picture of, which is my screensaver. So yes, I would like to maybe my son Keaton. I'd love him to come around with me as well.
Oh, that would be amazing. What a moment. Okay, so we've got Chris Boogler says, is Neil handing out now you might know more about this than me. Is Neil handing out special trophies to the riders taking part in his testimonial this time?
Not this year, no. They'll be quite conservative this time.
Everything above board.
Everything above board. I can actually present them in front of the crowd so they can see them. Is this past the watershed, this show? Because I can tell you.
Well,
it's on the internet. You can say anything.
Yeah, perhaps I shouldn't. Should I say it or not? What do you think?
Yeah, go for it. You've always said ask you, so yeah, why not? You know.
Okay, well, when in '84, everybody gets like a medal or a shield. So I wanted something a little bit different. I had a friend of mine who was a very good glass blower, and he made me 16 glass things, and it was called the Neil Middleditch Testimonial. So you can guess what the trophies were.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Superb.
Okay.
Like
That's keeping it nice and clean, but yeah, that's what it was. This time they'll be a little bit more conservative.
Sounds good. Alicia Bowers chimes in with what's been your highlight so far? And I'm guessing of the season we're looking at there. I mean, it's difficult to think. It seems like the season's only just started, really, and we're at the end of the sort of the main campaign. But what's been your highlight
of this season?
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming to the business end now, really, aren't we? I mean, hopefully there'll be some highlights coming up shortly. But I just think the good thing about this year is we've had the same 7 riders all season. We haven't made any changes. Yeah. We're still sort of up there, top of the league, or top 2 of the league. And I think that's great. I mean, you look at every other team; they've made so many changes, and we've just stayed with the same boys for the whole year. And I think that's a highlight to me, to be fair.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's very rare that you see that, isn't it, these days? The same 1 to 7 all the way through the year. It is kind of the culture to sort of chop and change, press the panic button every time something goes wrong. But, sticking with those same 7 riders, it says something about the riders, but it also says something about the trust in the team as well, from sort of management, promotion, just keep with those guys. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Middlo, I know there's announcements to come. Hat change. Why isn't this working? There we go. We got one from Pink Tuck. Laramsky ?
Couldn't possibly say.
Couldn't possibly say. Fair enough. We'll take it at that.
There you go.
Stuff.
Good guess, by the way. Good guess.
Yeah. Not bad. We've got obviously Scott Symes is saying Middlo's testimonial is definitely the meeting to see this season.
Thank you.
I would concur as well. I think it's going to be great. It's always a difficult question that I always want to ask, and I know you're not going to be able to answer it properly, but have you reached out further afield to try and get some other riders in? And have you had to make adjustments? I suppose it's the same with any individual meeting. Oh,
is he still there? He's frozen.
Oh no.
He's either nodded off or he's
didn't like the question. It was too tough a question.
Neil's faked his own death. And he's gone.
Oh,
no, he's back.
No. There he is.
Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
He can't hear us now. Oh no. Technician.
We can have emergency mechanic Ben Cook coming to the rescue now. He can't hear us now. We'll go back to the signs again if we need to.
No, don't. We got a middle finger last time.
That was good. We did. We did do that one, and that back on the old stream again. Anyway, we shall see what's happening here. See if we can get Middlo. Oh, Middlo's got the mute button on.
Right, you're muted. Middlo, you're muted. Click unmute.
It says can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. We've tried manually unmuting him. And he's gone. Wow. Okay. Well, welcome to PirateCast. Lee and Ben here.
Ben Cook wasn't happy how that interview was going.
Bailed out on turn 4.
I want to thank Ben for all of his help.
Oh, here we go. Back. There we go. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There we go. Right.
There you go. Thank you once again to Ben.
Oh, no, not me. Wrong Ben.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. Okay, where were we? You were saying something, Ben. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. I appreciate, all the riders you've got are a class lineup. Have you unfortunately had some declines through various scheduling conflicts? I know it's hard to say, and I won't ask you to name names, but I'm guessing you've reached out to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wanted Nikolai. He would love to have ridden, but he's got a Danish fixture. Spoke to Magic, same thing. He'd love to have come, but you know what the Polish clubs are like. They wouldn't sort of release him to come over here. But no, generally, 99.9% of the boys are the lads that I really wanted.
Yeah.
I did mention some other big names, but their commitments are such, and I fully understand that. But I'm very happy with what I've got.
Good. It'll be a night not to miss. I'm sure we'll check it out. We'll be down there Wednesday, 31st of August. Check out Middlo's testimonial. It's going to be a night full of current Pirates, former Pirates. There's going to be some great racing, and these things are always a bit of fun as well. If you're used to the sort of ultra competitive racing that we have, in the league, there's always a bit of fun and games that happen during testimonials, from my experience. So I'm sure it'll be a pretty good night. Ben, you and I are going to be helping out on the night as well. So we're going to be sort of in the thick of it. Absolutely. Couldn't think of a better cause. So that'll be good. Something to look forward to. Now, Alicia has just said in the chat room, are you aware Stevie drew glasses on your picture last night? We had signings done on the poster. So, of course, we had the posters, the team posters. Stevie drew glasses on your picture. There we go. So, I mean, might want to have a word with them.
Every poster I signed, somebody had drawn something on it. And I thought, well, who's done that? And it must have been one of the other boys. Put moustaches on or glasses.
There you go. You know who it is now.
There you go. Exactly. So that next time his shoulder's feeling a bit sore, you say, well, that's karma, that is.
Yeah.
Carl West has chipped in. Ben Cook delivering on the track and at home right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's only in the kitchen watching it, so he's fine. I've just cooked him his tea, so he's got to be happy.
He's got to be happy. I mean, you got to be happy with it last night as well. He was on it. He was quick as well on that track.
Yeah, no, he was loving it, wasn't he? I mean, he really did look quick. I mean, he's making some great starts, and I mean, he's normally say so tiny, sort of it tends to jump at the start and doesn't go forward. But last night it's funny because with the weather the way it was, Terry, the track curator, didn't touch the starts, and all the boys said they were the best they ever were, apart from gate one.
Apart from gate one,
yeah, gate one was like going uphill. I saw it from there. It was tough. Gate one was hard.
Yeah. Susie, if you watch this, can you bring some more ice for my Jack Daniels, please?
Virtual bar here on PirateCast Live.
Yeah.
Danny Chilcott says it would be awesome to see Darcy come over. Was that something that was ever talked about?
I've spoke to Darcy, but it's a job for him to travel, to be honest.
Yeah.
And all the other things, and obviously I would dearly love him to come over. I spoke to him the other day, but I don't think that's really going to be a goer, unfortunately.
And obviously a father again. So yeah, really good news for Darcy. If
mother, baby, father, everybody's doing well. No, he's a happy camper.
Amazing. It's so good to see. Really is good to know and good to see that he's and great things as well over in Oz that he's doing.
Yeah, no, he's really busy with the promotion. I mean, he's the amount of riders that he's got going to his meetings and training schools. I mean, it's shake a tree and an Aussie's going to fall out, isn't it? They're everywhere. They're like rats. You're never further than 6 foot away from an Aussie at a speedway track.
Can see something coming from the kitchen in a minute.
Yeah. Ben, give him some ice.
Clive Tyres was to say Javi will be coming down shortly.
100%.
There we go. That's another world champion to add to the mix. Nice one.
There's somebody else as well.
Okay. Let's go. We don't reveal the whole deck.
I know there's got to be official post and publicity. We can
no. It'll be good. I've got some great friends that I race with, who I've worked with, who are coming down, and I'm touched. It's really been a wonderful. The response has been fantastic, and from the fans and everything is yeah. I'll be a mess on the night. I'm a sook anyway. I cry watching when I watch TV programs. So when it comes on the big night, I'm sure I'll be blubbing like a baby.
Brilliant. Jenny Elliott, it's a question from Jenny, but we did have a post actually shared earlier today from an account called Upright Speedway. Are there going to be any Upright Speedway races or potentially parade laps?
It's a problem. I mean, it's a time factor, isn't it? I mean, there's so many things to be going on in the night. It's something I've talked to Danny about. I'd like to see some old Wezzies. Hopefully, I'm going to get one of my bikes down and a couple of bikes down for the fans to have a look at. But yeah, it's something I'd like to do. But it's the time constrictions which is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it, because it's if it's a team event, it is going to be run like a normal meeting, isn't it? So you've got all the constraints of a normal meeting whilst trying to do the additional bits that you want to try and do for the crowd.
Jack Daniels, no ice. Disgusting.
Oh, dear.
Nudge, hint.
Yeah, as soon as he gets his ice.
Brilliant.
Karen, Ben.
And obviously, like you said, you always watch it from Speedway as a fan. I mean, I'm privy to some further information, which I'm not going to divulge at all because we want the official announcements to come out. But what I really love is it's very clear by what you're planning that you are looking at it from a fan's perspective as well as what you would like for your testimonial. And I can only commend you on that, Neil.
Yeah, well, and that's right, because I've covered the whole spectrum, as many people know. I was that fan in the stands. I was getting riders' autographs. I still got my autograph book, and then obviously rider manager. So and I know, kids come up to me now and get my autograph, and that was me. And I always have a chat with them, and I just. I love the sport, and last night particularly was fantastic. There were so many youngsters there. The press conference in Champs Bar afterwards, there with all these kids sat there with all their faces painted, and it was generally a fantastic night, I've got to say.
Yeah, we've got another question come in, probably more of a Danny Ford question than for you, Neil. But can we expect similar format event as yesterday again this season, with it being discounted, fan events, all that sort of stuff? I can't see that they wouldn't do something maybe next year at this point. As kids' holidays obviously is what you want to capitalise on, and I mean, I see what they're saying. I mean, it obviously if you make it affordable, they can come. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. You've got the riders to pay. You've got expenses, the rental on the track. There's so many other things involved in a speedo meeting. It was a successful from a PR point of view, but I think from a financial point of view, it wasn't a great night for Matt. But the thing is, he what he did last night was to try and make Poole Speedway a showcase for the council, for us, all of us, to keep Speedway at Poole. And I think last night was a great step for us. Yeah, completely agreed. I'm going to do one more question, then you've got your lovely wife to read out her questions, Ben. So I'm going to read out Alicia Bowers. Now this could be controversial here. What's it like living with Ben and Zach, and are they tidy?
Bear in mind
couple of grubs.
He's helped you massively tonight, Middlo. Be careful.
Yeah, no, they're great. To be fair, no, they're good. It's always because you never know who's going to be in the house, and it's Susie, my wife, always cooks for them, and I cook tonight. But no, they're great. They clean up afterwards, and on a Wednesday night after the speedway, we normally come back and have a Domino's and a couple of JDs and sit around. But they're very good. They do clean up because I've normally passed out on the table by then.
Brilliant. Now, again, I'm not sure he can answer this one, Mandy, but are Hans and Scott on the same team? My wife is just trying to figure out her photo, whether she's going to be able to get one on one side of the pits or she has to go to both sides of the pits.
Yeah, I think you have to go to both sides.
Okay, good. Thank you. now, Middlo,
Scott's going to be a reserve anyway. He's going to be number 6.
Brilliant. Actually, that is
like it.
Wasn't that where he was in ~99? Was that where he was in '99? It was him and Hans.
Yeah, 2004 was the big one.
Yeah.
Let's not that I hold a grudge, of course.
Now, Middlo, obviously, we've spoken about the testimonial, but it'd be remiss of us to not talk about our season so far. You've mentioned the league position. He's gone again. I mean, I don't know if he's like leaned over. I'll tell you what,
Bailey
House broadband is crazy
bad. But
bad.
He's back. He's back.
He's back. He's back. You've mentioned where we are in the league. We are second. A lot does depend on what Glasgow does. How are you feeling about the season? Are you pleased on the whole?
Yeah, no, I think it's been great. I mean, we've been consistent all the way through. Always that little blip mid-term. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
you. Just about. Yeah, a bit of a delay, but you're right. Yeah, you're there.
Okay. Yeah. But no, I think a little bit mid-season, but no, generally happy. I mean, everybody's doing their job. Glad second, third might have been better for us, to be fair. But we obviously we're in it to win it. And I mean, obviously, I heard last night Basso had a bit of a knock. He's done his shoulder. Don't know how serious it is. Hoping he's okay. But and obviously the business with Cookie. Østegard, I mean, they're sort of having a bit of a problem. Who's ringing me? Hang on.
Hello?
That'll be the phone. To the bat phone.
I'll bring the ice up in a minute.
I'm doing an interview, son. I'm doing an interview on the radio. That's my son. Yeah, go away, King. Sorry about
that. Just building on what you said.
But yeah, no, apparently Glasgow got a few problems.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Sorry,
go ahead. Sorry?
No, go ahead. I was just
I just said, obviously Glasgow got a few problems.
Yeah, Basso, Cook. I hear that Sam's returning back to Edinburgh as well, so that could be interesting to see if he's fit. But just building on that, problems aside, you must be happy with the format change for the Jubilee Cup now. We've run all those teams close.
Yeah, I think it's a fair way of doing it, isn't it? We everybody worked hard to get there. And I think over a 3-leg, I think it's a good way. It gives the riders some more meetings, and it gives some fans some more speedway to watch.
Mm.
And has it been confirmed? I've heard 6-man teams, extra heats, obviously, to accommodate them all. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well. 6-man teams.
Yeah, and I just wondered if there was any caveat over that around reserve, or will it be just the 1 to 6 as it's declared on the team sheet?
I think it's as far as I know, it's just the one. I mean, I haven't had the regs through or anything yet, but I think it's just the 1 to 6, and that's it basically.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you for that, Middlo. That's much appreciated. Thank you.
Let's bring in another question here from Carl. He says, out of all the riders who you've had live with you, who's been your favourite? And you've got to be very careful here. Ben Cook, Zach Cook, and Brady Kurtz. Because it's out in the kitchen. No, I mean they've all been good. To be fair, I've had so many boys live here over the years, and they've all been great. They've all been great. They'll become part of the family, and particularly the Aussies. They've come a long way from home, and we look after them. And Zach, as most people know, I'm looking after their kids for them. Yeah, absolutely. No, completely agreed. And again, you wouldn't sort of put them up if you weren't completely happy with the situation. So I'm sure they're all good guys. I think we've lost him again.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, there he is.
The workshops here. You lost me again? Have you lost me?
No, we got you. We got you.
You're back again.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's nice for them. Obviously, Ben and Zach, two brothers. They've got up the top. I've got a floor up the top where all the boys live. Got the workshops here, and they all in bit. In my business, if Ben's not racing a bit, doing the Polish under 24. Ben is just doing obviously our league, but so when he's not racing, he works for me a little bit casual.
Yeah, I saw in the media as well that Ben's obviously been frustrated because he has had offers to guest for Premiership sides, and obviously his visa restriction has stopped him from doing that. Because I remember speaking to Lee and saying it's really weird that Ben hasn't had a call up, but that's the reason why.
Yes, it's all about visas, because I think when Zach was at Somerset, they got a different visa for him, so he's been able to take some guest bookings. But yeah, no, Ben's sort of he particularly now he's going so well. There'll be a lot of Premiership clubs would be loving to have him as a guest rider, because he can get hot, he can beat anybody on his night, and his average he's a steal.
Absolutely. He needs a shot in there. He really does. I think it will do him the world of good as well.
Yeah. Next year, he can get his visa sorted and he can get some experience, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to move on. He doesn't want to stay in this league. He wants to move up.
Of course,
which is good.
Of course.
Okay. Right. So it's going to be a big day. Obviously, the main reason for us having you on here, Neil, was for give your testimonial a bit of a plug. Wednesday, 31st of August. Get down there. If you're a new Pirate fan or an old Pirate fan, there's going to be stuff for everyone. Give us your last spiel, Neil. How are you getting these people through the door? What are they going to expect to see on the night?
Yeah, well, as I say, it's for everybody. It's for the people of my era. Get that thing out of the way. For the people of my era who remember me racing, for the people the youngsters who obviously the boys have got most of the team, this year's team in, so people can see them. It's just to give a whole spectrum of my career as a rider manager. So there'll be something for everybody on the night, and hopefully there's some great racing. And it'll be a great night. I'm really looking forward to it. And like I said before, I'm so touched by the response I've had from everybody, from the sponsors from pre-COVID. They've all stayed on board. In fact, we're over-sponsored on some things, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Good position to be in, and a great.
Yeah, no, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased.
Excellent. Make sure you get yourself down there. Obviously, it's just under 2 weeks now for Middlo's Testimonial. Get down there. It's going to be a good night. Get to see some Pirate legends. Pay your respects to Middlo and his amazing career, both on the track and managing teams. So, it's going to be great. Neil, thank you so much. We've battled through some technological issues this evening, but we got there in the end, and I think we got the message across. Everyone get down to Middlo's Testimonial in a couple of weeks. It is going to be awesome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, thanks to everybody from last night, and happy anniversary, Ben.
Thank you very much, Middlo. Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Guys. Have a good one.
Cheers, Neil.
Thanks, Middlo.
Thank you. Go get some ice now. I can go get some ice now.
I actually got given a top up. I'm really happy.
Wow. Amazing.
He's spoiling you because it's your anniversary.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm saying no more.
Cheers, Neil. See you later.
Cheers, guys. Hey. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good one, Middlo. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Take care.
There we go. Let's get everything fixed up again. Got to do all me bits and bobs here. Get rid of that. Whack in. Oh, God. No, don't do that, Ben. It's awful. There we go.
Around. It's all right.
We're back. Awesome. Great. Stop doing that.
I can't help it. I just find myself funny.
It's just the weirdest thing ever.
Second glass of Prosecco, mate. It's the bubbles. That's what it is.
Definitely the bubbles. That's what gets you in it.
That's what it is, yeah.
Okay. So Pink Tuck has also said, don't forget to buy the testimonial tickets. Everyone, come and find me. £1 a ticket. So that's for the Bjarne Pedersen race suit, isn't it?
There's a Bjarne Pedersen race jacket. There's also race suit. There's also a race jacket signed, British Lions race jacket. That's being signed, and there's also going to be some race jackets auctioned off at the end of the night and also on eBay, and it's my job actually to make sure that they're race worn, so they'll all be race worn, signed by the riders. There's some amazing stuff coming up. Get involved, please get involved. Now, Pink Tuck, can you please let them know where you're positioned in your own words, because I've had feedback like I didn't know somebody was selling tickets, and I'm hoping you did a roaring trade last night as well.
It was literally just at the bottom of the main stand, wasn't it? It's like the main entrance to the
main grandstand.
The old grandstand.
The old grandstand, yeah. And as you come through and get your programs, it's just outside there by the railings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping Michelle had a really good sort of uptake last night. Because there was
she seemed pretty busy there with the tickets. Yeah, I think she had a good night. Now, there is one thing that we need to get to, Ben, that we've been talking about for the last season. I'm not sure if these guys are going to be making an appearance at Middlo's Testimonial. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of merch on sale.
I imagine they will be. They've been a stalwart of Pirates for 2 seasons now.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you go down to Poole Speedway, probably got a lot of new viewers this week. People that came to Speedway for the first time last night. If you want to get some merch, there's only one thing that you've got to do, and that is look out for the
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Hi, I'm Al Harrington, president and CEO of Al Harrington's Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man emporium and warehouse. Thanks to a shipping error, I am now currently overstocked on wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men, and I am passing the savings on to you!
There you go. And if you keep an eye out for the wacky waving inflatable tube men, 2 of them pirate themed. That's where you get your Pirates match.
We know where Danny got them from now. Obviously, clearly it was an absolute steal. So that's good to know. I have to say, the previous week, the week before, the meeting you couldn't make. Obviously, I had your wonderful daughter accompanying me to Speedway. And at one point, they actually did a synchronized sort of neck flex. And it was quite special in time to the music.
A synchronized neck flex?
A neck like that. Oh, fuck. I just did. Sorry.
Did you just say what I thought you said? Ben, you're not supposed to say that.
I keep forgetting the virtual background. I just hit my head on the wall.
At least you didn't hit your head on the virtual background. Everything's fine. Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm really sorry, everybody.
Yes, Carl, I have been waiting for that. Not all show, but all season to play that clip.
About a season and a half, actually.
Every interview that we've done is like overrun, and we've had to wind things up. We've fortunately got a little bit of time with us this year. Okay, so shall we touch briefly on the Riders' Championship that's coming down 6 days? The Prosecco's got to him. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Anyway, but as we said with Middlo, there is no filter. We're on the internet. We can say whatever we want, really.
Yeah, I mean, we're not monetized, so we can't get demonetized. So
yeah, we do this for free. Riders' Championship taking place Wednesday, 24th of August. So that's this coming Wednesday at Poole Stadium, 7:30 normal start time. 16 riders here are going to be battling out for the. Well, it turns out it's the Championship Riders' Championship, which just sounds stupid.
It's like the American Dodgeball Association of America.
Yeah, mad, absolutely mad.
The draw was actually done this evening at 1700.
1700 hours,
quote unquote. SGB. Yes, the draw has been made. Okay,
do you want to read out some of the? Oh no, you're drinking. I'll read out the riders. So we've got Michael Palmtoft. Leo, right, I'll do the first 8. You do the other 8. Yeah, Michael Palmtoft. Some bad memories of him from the track. The last time he was there, he had that big off just before the start line.
He's great friends with Richard Lawson.
Yeah. Leon Flint, Lewis Kerr, Ryan Douglas, Nick Morris, Danny King, of course, Chris Harris, and Richard Lawson. So 2 Pirates there.
Scott Nichols, Justin Sedgman, Charles Wright, Sam Masters, Troy Batchelor, Craig Cook, Josh Pickering, Carl Howarth. I'm assuming Masters and Cook are dependent on how they come through, coming back from injury. But great lineup.
Yeah, absolutely, and it would be an interesting meeting. It's if you've not been to an individual meeting before, it's certainly it's got a different feel to a team meeting. You're not always behind a team. Obviously, as we're going to be looking out for the individual riders, people like Danny and Richard there, and there will be the heats where they are in the same race and they're going to be against each other, and you've sort of got to pick your favorite. Really, they're not going to be doing any team riding. You know, each of those guys wants to win, so it's difficult to pick a winner there. But the way Richard was going last night, he was going like an absolute train.
I was about to say my money's on Richard Lawson at the moment. The way he's going, he's like a steam train off those starts. And I can't remember who it was. Somebody did say, I think it was Scott Symes, said that Lawson had no problem off gate one. Last night. It would be interesting if Sam Masters was fully fit and hadn't been coming back from an injury. I would actually say he'd be the favourite. And I am surprised. It could be that if Craig Cook doesn't ride, I would imagine he'll be in. But no Tom Brennan. He's ridden that track really well this season. I know he impressed you and I the last time he was down. Just his riding style, his attitude. No fear, that lad. And he was a joy to watch.
Yeah, I'm with you. So should be a good one. Get down next normal time next Wednesday at the stadium. So there's no meeting as in team versus team, no Pirates match, but there is the Riders Championship. Get down there and check it out. It's going to be awesome. Now, we've been sitting on this one for a while as well. The Glasgow Tigers song. It's been in the show plan for a couple of shows now. Are we going to play it?
We should have done it with Christina. Really, that was the one. But that was such a great show, and she was so brilliant in answering everybody's questions, and she literally answered everybody's questions. And I did manage to catch up with her last week and say thank you again. Her only downside for appearing on the show is that Danny King shows had more views than her.
But it's been up online for a while. So
she said she was going to have a word with him, and then I said, "Yeah, but his interview's been up for like 2 months before hers." And she went, okay, I'll leave that. But she has actually offered in the close season at some point if we're going to do some shows, which I think Lee and I are planning to do just to keep
I think so.
alive. Maybe not. Well, we've been a bit infrequent recently. We thought we'd take a break and enjoy some of the lovely weather, like most of you have done. But Christina is happy to join us in the close season and do another Q&A session as well with you guys. She absolutely loved it. And I just wanted to pass our thanks on again. She was an absolute joy to interview.
Brilliant. It was, a fantastic one. And everyone's saying it's, we love the Pirate interviews. We love Middlo and we love, anyone else we get on, but everyone's saying that was our best interview to date. So, happy with that one. I'm looking at that, Ben.
I'm too old for this.
You can't beat SHIT
I've got to after dropping an F-bomb live on air the first time ever after smashing my head on the wall, forgetting how close it was because I'm looking at a camera instead of where I am. I'm going to beep out.
So
I think we're too old. We have wanted to do it, haven't we, mate? We really have.
Yeah. The question is from Cole, Ben and Lee, would you ever go to Speedway on the Isle of Wight, PirateCast special? Cole says you're not too old. I think does Cole actually know how old we are?
He does now because he was surprised that I've been married for 21 years. So I think he's getting an inkling. But obviously I am 43. I'm 44 this year, and Lee is 2 years older than me. So I'm not saying how old he is. He's 2 years old. So don't say the numbers because it makes me upset. Yeah, he gets very upset and self-conscious about it. But thank you.
Scott Symes says would be interesting to see if you get Danny Ford as a guest.
We've discussed this.
We have, haven't we? I think he immediately said you'd be better off getting Matt on.
I said that I think we stand more chance getting Matt on. However, I'm not sure that either of them would be able to appear because that could make
conflict
some
of interest
sort of context that we would be official and that we are endorsed, and we have to be very careful with that. It would be amazing if we ever became official. However, we do have a slight bit of impartiality. As biased as we are, we do have that luxury at the moment. And whilst we are very careful of how we do things and what we say now, you may lose a bit of freedom. I don't think that for 1 minute, but I think there would be some reluctance, and that's why I haven't pushed it. But Danny, if you ever watch the show, Matt, if you're watching the shows, we'd love to have you on. And there's no, connotations that we've been made official with this. We'll work on it. Lee and I are always discussing these things, believe it or not. I know it doesn't look like this is planned, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the background.
A lot of stuff going on in the background, like your head hitting the wall. Mandy said, remember the go-karting? PirateCast go-karting, do you remember that?
You broke a rib and I didn't even hit you. So
I did break a rib, that wasn't good. And that was, 10 years ago, probably?
It's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
That is crazy scary.
Okay, should we do this Glasgow Tigers song?
Let's not do all of it, for Christ's sake. Please.
All right. I mean, you'll get if people haven't heard it. Now, I've always said, it's good to get the crowd going. Nige is really good at getting the crowd going. He started doing the give us a P, give us an I, give us an R, all that sort of stuff over the last couple of weeks. I'm really good at sort of leading the crowd on through Sweet Caroline and getting them involved as well. Now, we're really for this. Getting the crowd, making the crowd part of the experience.
I'm glad you clarified that. I thought you were going to say we're all for this and play that music.
No. As in getting the crowd involved, and interaction. And I like the idea of having a team song, almost like not exactly the same as, but like almost like a football chant that the crowd can get going and whatever. And I'm not even necessarily not a fan of the words or anything, but just the music that goes with it and all of that.
No. If you like me, language is a problem, and I've done very well on this show. I have to say, I have done very well on this show today until today, and you can't use white and bright. It's just leading to too many parodies. I'm sorry, but on the flip side of that, yes, football's not as family focused, but you could reverse the song for the Glasgow Tigers when they're next down.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we're going to play it right now. It's the new Glasgow Tigers team song. I say new; it's probably a month or two old now. But we're going to play 30 seconds of it, and let us know what you think. Here we go.
Wow.
We're Tigers. We always do our best. We're Tigers. We're better than the rest. We're Tigers. We're ready for the fight. We're the Glasgow Tigers and we wear the red and white.
There we go.
I don't think
we'll
there's
leave it at
enough
that.
accordion-based music in Speedway. Quite frankly.
I love the thought behind it, and I love what would have been the initial conversation. Let's get a song that the whole crowd can cheer and get behind and all of that. But I think it somehow took a left at Albuquerque and went a bit skew with.
At the end of the day, you and I have had this discussion previously as well. Is Glasgow have kind of been pioneers in the championship?
Absolutely.
Around what they've done, the live streaming, they were the first to do that. The promotion are very forward thinking, and like you say, I get the sentiment. Accordion. I'm just saying. Just feedback for Nigel. Maddie Duddington, you're wonderful at getting the audience going, Nigel. That's what she said. And I have to say, Carl, the music you're playing, I did message Carl. He didn't come through this week because he wasn't sure it would work. But I still think with those fans waiting patiently, there was an opportunity for We Will Rock You before the parade with the fans stamping and clapping. I think that would have been epic this week.
That would have been good. But then again, Poole Speedway, I guarantee this week is the only Speedway track in the UK that's had Hacksaw Jim Duggan's theme music playing during the match.
I didn't even know that happened. I saw it on Twitter afterwards and was absolutely devastated that I didn't hear it.
Genius. Absolute genius. Right.
Biggin.
Are we going to start winding things up now? Because we've
I think we should.
Yeah. I think we've touched base and we're all a bit tired and stressed out because of the flip. Yeah, you've touched the wall with your head. We're all a bit stressed out because of all the tech issues and all that kind of stuff. But we don't want to say goodbye just yet because there's something that Nige wants me to do.
No, there isn't, and I'm not.
There is. He specifically. I'll leak it out a little bit more. There's something that Nige said last night. So I got a phone call. I was over at the burger stand, Ben's 3 and 4. With Becky, my partner, and my daughter Beth. We had stacked up with cheeseburgers and chips and drinks and making our way back to the stands. My phone goes in my pocket, so I'm juggling burgers and like trying to get the phone out. It's Ben.
First world problems.
It is. I mean, you don't know how many old ladies I had to kill to get those burgers.
Hey, mate, I know how many old ladies you kill on a weekly basis to get those burgers.
So. Yeah, juggling these things. Get my phone out. Yeah. What's up? Like, can you get to the centre green immediately? We're doing an interview for PirateCast.
I can't do an interview for PirateCast without you, my friend.
Why?
Nigel's like, we've got to do an interview for PirateCast. I'm like, well, we need to get Lee, surely. Anyway, is he here? And I'm like, yeah, he's here. Let's get him. That's when you realised how bad the track was.
When it's I mean, when it's parodied, and it'll be like a dramatization, a bit like Crime Watch. There'll be me like chucking burgers up in the air, the chips flying everywhere in slow motion, and then like me sprinting across the track to get there. And we did a little interview.
Such a drama queen.
You just banged your head and F-bombed the whole thing.
That's not drama. I actually properly smacked the back of my head over a brick wall.
Anyway, so one of the things that was said in this interview, we did a bit of a plug for PirateCast. Said we have Middlo on tonight. And Nige said, make sure you always do the pirate joke.
It's meant to be a plug for PirateCast. We want people to watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
I saw the one you sent last night to Damien. It was horrendous.
he asked for a joke.
You better not be using that.
No, I'm not using that. Okay, so here we go. This week's pirate joke. How do pirates keep track of the passage of time?
Wow. I don't know. How do pirates keep track of the passage of time?
They use a calendar. What is that?
What?
Every time that thing happens.
What thing? Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for Middlo.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed.
Thank you to Middlo for taking the time out. And as much of the messing around as we do, it is going to be a great night. If you don't get down to the Riders' Championship this coming week, just under 2 weeks now for Middlo's Testimonial, make sure you get down there. It's going to be an awesome night.
Oh, sorry, I found it.
What?
My bad.
What have you found?
There was a comment earlier while we were talking to Middlo. From
okay.
Gould. Just quickly, we've had the pirate joke. I appreciate the pirate joke.
Thank you. I'll be recording that.
I appreciate the pirate joke. That's going to be clipped and used against me in a court of law. Yes. Tracy Gould, we ran a competition on Salisbury Radio. Danny gave us some tickets to give away. I met our winners last night and they had an absolutely fantastic evening. Thank you all for a great night.
Brilliant. And people that would last night. Yeah, people that would travel down from Salisbury area.
Yeah,
to come to Poole.
I know
That's
there's
awesome.
people who come from Southampton every week.
Yeah.
People are coming from Devon, that sort of stuff every week. Somerset. It's just great. And I just hope that a lot of those youngsters that are there are now hooked, because that's what you need. You need to hook the youngsters, not the parents. Exactly. It's those kids that in a couple of years are going to get the girlfriends and bring them back to the track, and then get their friends coming as well. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. So awesome. Great stuff. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We've had so many technological issues today, before the show, during the show, probably after the show as well. Thank you to Ben and more importantly, Mandy, for letting Ben do PirateCast on their anniversary. Happy anniversary. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Yes, I promise you we will never do another PirateCast on your anniversary again. You can't make that promise. Your body's writing promises your brain can't keep. Is that probably ego? No, I don't know. It was something like that. Reference. Yeah. I'm 2 Prosecco's down. Leave me alone. Nice. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We've had some great numbers tonight. Thanks everyone for participating in the chat room. And yes, awesome stuff. We are going to be back soon. We will definitely be, I'd imagine we're going to be sort of getting on for the playoffs and in the midst of the playoffs when we do our next show. So it's going to be quite a tense and stressful show. Lots to talk about. And it's ambitious because I think after our discussion yesterday, we're kind of going to try and get the rest of the team on before the end of the season. That would be good. Not sure if we're going to make it. So if we've got to get Steve Royal, we've got to get Richard Lawson. Cook brothers. Middlo will make sure we get Ben and Zach on. Well, that's fine. Ben and Zach have been great. We've got their details, so that's all good. Yeah, that's good. So and I'm sure to them all. I know that you guys want to speak to them all as well and ask your questions. And I've got to say, these boys have been an absolute pleasure to deal with in the pits, asking what's the best way. They've been really forthcoming. They're really happy to engage, and we're really happy that they want to come on the show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it is lighthearted. We can have a bit of a laugh with them, and you'll get to know them a bit better. Exactly. It's going to be great to have them on, and we'll do our best to make that happen before the end of the season. If Zach comes on, I'm sure Beth will quit her job and want to watch the show live. Just saying. He's watching, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Oh dear.
I had to sign get a picture signed last night, which is over the moon with. So
Okay.
yeah,
She can go get it signed herself.
no. Well, she wasn't there, to be fair. She came late, so
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
that wasn't her fault. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. Once again, we will see you guys down at the track. Come and say hi if you see us.
Yeah.
So we always like to catch up with you guys. Come and say hi, say hello, have a chat. We are up right next to Carl, so you know where Carl is. We're just kind of next door to him.
We're
So
sort of next to him.
fine.
He doesn't talk to us much when he's working, but you know.
No,
he's there.
there's loads of like nods and winks and nudges when certain songs are played, and Twitter interaction as well.
Yeah, absolutely. and thank you, because I think, looking at the figures tonight, we've had some new viewers on board. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And a massive thank you to Nigel for the plug he gave us last night. It was awesome.
Huge.
And thank you to those outside of our family and friends that cheered for us last night, because there were a couple of extra cheers. So we really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, guys. We do it for you. We do try and take a light-hearted slant on it, and I'm just so pleased we've got people like Middlo who's willing to join in, have a bit of a laugh, do the hat changes, have a gimmick, and even the riders have been great this season with your questions, as well as Christina. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for this season so far, guys. It's just been not quite kind of overwhelming, the support we're getting, and thank you. We do it for you guys, and it's our gift to you. We don't do it. We don't get any money from it. We do it for you guys. And that's the way we want it to stay.
Yeah, completely. We're not going to change anything. We're going to keep doing it. It's going to be awesome. Right. Cole's just said to Becky to tweet over the songs. So, I'll make sure she does that, Cole. Don't worry.
There's a reason none of your songs get through, Becky. Just if my songs don't get played, you're certainly on.
Wow. I'm gonna let's end this before he gets too involved. Thanks everyone once again for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.